The Surge 2 is an action role-playing sequel to 2017's The Surge, developed by Chairman Deck 13 Interactive and published by Focus Home Interactive. The game is set at the end of the 21st century, when humanity has brought Mother Earth to a deplorable state. Ecology is in such decline that the planet is about to cease to be suitable for life. The corporation Creo is trying to correct the situation, but you know what the good intentions usually result into in such games. Scientists wanted to save the situation with the help of nanomachines, but artificial intelligence ultimately decided that it was necessary to eliminate the source of all problems, Homo sapiens. Blue-collar Warren prevented the genocide, but he failed to completely disrupt the robot's plan. A rocket with nanites managed to fly out of the hangar. What happened next remains a mystery, before the sequel. It turns out that the rocket did not fly far. Even before going into space, it crashed into a passenger all-liner, caving it in the vicinity of the city of Jericho. The main character flew on it. This time, you can create a protagonist yourself, choose his appearance and background. The hero comes to life in the medical block of the prison a few weeks after the disaster, and it turns out to be even more terrible situation. A strange disease drives people crazy, the city is in quarantine and the military outraging. There is no options other than to get in the exoskeleton, grab the tube and start raking the chaos. Unlike the outright industrial design of the first part, The Surge 2 is more futuristic. Instead of a factory, there is a colorful city of the future, and rough walking tools are very quickly replaced by high-tech blades and nanowires, and no screws are bumping directly out of your flesh. Jericho pleases the eye with vivid landscapes and bright streets, now inhabited by looters and unfortunate infected, and down every corner harsh military cordons. The whole city is divided into several themed locations. You can forget about the grey corridors and boring workshops of the first Surge. The sequel relies on visual diversity, but does not forget its roots. The zones are well planned architecturally. There are enough branches, secrets and cats that allow you to quickly reach any destination. The player is always rewarded for attentiveness. It's almost impossible to get lost in Surge 2. At the same time, there is no trace of a compass or interactive map with markers. We are guided by visual landmarks. Pointers are woven into the game world, and the goal is often easy to see from far away. You'll feel like a tourist in a city that is tailor-made for travelers. As we progress through the game, our arsenal is replenished with new tools. A hacking module, a hook for lowering the winch, and so on. Therefore, every time you return to already explored territories, you can always discover something new. And the game itself, in the course of the plot, sometimes changes the situation. It will either update the set of enemies on the roads, or it will throw in some event or character with a side task. The main gameplay feature of the original Surge, the ability to select a part of the opponent's body to strike, remained untouched. The hero usually faces a choice: to keep piercing enemies' armor for a long time for the sake of acquiring new equipment and components, or to mark an unprotected area to quickly get rid of the threat. In both cases, at a certain moment the opportunity opens for a spectacular finishing move. Animation will always depend on the type of weapon and the targeted limb, thus making for a lot of variation of the ever-enjoyable execution scenes. The animators did an amazing job again. Vertical and horizontal strikes, each one being assigned to a separate button, naturally flow into each other, and for one same type of weapon, combos depend not only on alternating directions of strikes, but also on their frequency. With every replenishment of the arsenal, I immediately want to put the new thing in use and explore its capabilities. Combinations have become more useful. They not only look beautiful, but also cause more damage to certain parts of the enemy's body, and you have more time to cancel this areas if you want than before. At the same time, the hero is still defenseless when he acts in the air, swinging a huge club, so you need to approach the battles wisely. The game encourages aggressive tactics. Each strike accumulates energy that is spent either on finishing moves or replenishing the supply of injections. Different types of injections restore health, add armor, or provide other benefits. Therefore, you die here much less often than in the imperishable Dark Souls or its imitators. In Surge 2, all equipment is upgraded exclusively by the materials cut down from the enemy. Weapons are no longer improved as they are being used, and advanced exoskeleton models cannot be found. Each type of weapon has its own set of attacks and unique features. These must be taken into account carefully during battles. Indeed, even if you do not use a huge two-handed sledgehammer, enemies use them, and your combat tactics must depend on this. All in all, The Surge 2 turned out to be an exciting and original game. The developers managed to fix all the serious problems of its predecessor. highlights its strengths more vividly, and adds some sick toys. The Surge 2 is a confident step into the big leagues, so we all should look forward to the next announcements of the studio.